Hello, everybody. It's Bren. I have a fabulous, awesome cover magazine lady with me. She is the cover for She Exists magazine in Tampa with Janelle Harris. Now, you know what I would say? We are going to make this a great day, like Taryn says, but we are going to make you rethink why it is the things that you do so we can change your actions so that you can change your life. And Carol Bettinger is sitting right here with me right now. We're going to have some casual conversation with her about what she does, why she does, and how she got on the cover of She Exists magazine. Carol, introduce yourself to everybody.
Hi, Brenda. Thank you so much for the great and gracious warming. I greatly appreciate it. Hello, everyone. Um, I'm doing great. I got involved with this magazine. I met Janelle through a former, or actually a networking friend, Sabrina Perdiak, who is also sharing the cover with me. And I like the fact that she's really interested in how promoting women and empowering women and making a difference in our community. So that really attracted me because I myself, I feel like I'm a very strong individualistic woman and I do give a lot back to the community. So this really resonated with how I feel about, how to get involved and how to support people. So it really struck home to me. And I was very gracious when she asked me to become a cover girl as well. So
You fit the cover very nicely with the personality of the magazine. When she first showed me the picture and I said, wow, who is that? She looks a little bit familiar. And then I'm looking and I'm looking, I'm going, man, look how unique she is. And then I'm going, and she's not 18 anymore. How great is that we don't have, the traditional cover girl, right? So you are the cover woman of this She
thank
Exists
you, Brenda.
magazine.
Thank
Yes. So tell us what you do for a living.
So I do several things, Brenda. First and foremost, I am a luxury real estate advisor here in Tampa Bay. I focus on residential as well as commercial properties. I am now starting in getting into real estate investment. In addition, I have just recently took a position as Chief Development Officer for Fixed Cost Financial. The founder, Paula Truesdale, has been a very close family friend of mine for years, and I've done all my wealth management investment with him. I just completely believe in his approach in the financial world, which he does things very differently. He focuses on not necessarily charging people by the points. It's actually a fixed cost. You know every year how much you're paying. So that resonated very highly to me, especially when I broke down my numbers and I was like, oh my God, I'm paying my advisor all these fees, hidden fees that you're not even aware of. And he was immediately started saving me all this money. And I'm like, okay. So I said, I want to understand and learn what you do. And we became really acquainted our friendship. And now I'm running up his development operations, client interactions. In addition, because he focuses a lot on the telecommunications and he has a whole telecom media platform as well, I have now reconnected with an old boss of mine and I'm starting some subcontracting work for SignalWire, which is a telecom company based out of Silicon Valley. So I'm really doing a lot of things and trying to use all of my expertise and experience that I've done prior to real estate and leveraging it basically onto one kind of platform where I can do multiple levels of basically working in different fields that I've had experiences with over the years and kind of put it all together
I was gonna
and
say,
focus
sounds
on,
like you're bringing it all together. Yeah.
yeah, it's fun, this age of my life, reinventing myself. And I'm very gracious and humble that I'm able to be in this position to do this. So it's a fun, challenging times for me right now. And I'm so excited. And I'm so excited to be on this magazine cover. So I look at the picture and I'm like, oh my God, is that really me? Yeah, I'm extremely humbled by it. So thank you.
Well, yeah, I love it when people are actually doing what it is they want to do in life. And that's what our movement is about. It's about becoming the best version of
Mhm.
yourself, that we should always strive to be better. You told me prior to this that you've been doing real estate in Tampa for about 10 years and then you were doing it in another
Yeah,
state prior to that. Can you
yeah.
tell me some tips of how to be the best version of yourself while being an entrepreneur?
Uh, the best tips I could say is just really being persistent and just keeping open line of communications. I really got into real estate so I could help people. I was in a situation where I bought my first property when I was 21, and I love that. But unfortunately, when my father passed away, my mother had her house here in Apollo Beach, and she was working with a realtor, and not so, not such a
It's
great
a good
experience.
experience. Hmm.
Yeah, and I decided at that point in time, because I had the business acumen, being a VP of sales and telecommunications, contracts, all of that stuff. I wanted to do things differently. I wanted to be actually treat people as the way I would want to be treated and not as a transaction. So I
Right.
vowed at that point in time, if I ever switched into a different career, that I would be different. I would represent my clients in the best way possible and take all that stress and anxiety that you have in buying a house. I mean, that's one of the biggest decisions people are going to make probably in their lifetime. So how do I make that easy for them? So I was, I went full force into that. And that's how I treat that. I don't treat people as just, oh, you're a number or you're my commission check. Absolutely not. I really, really want people to feel like what they're buying is something they truly want and they deserve. And I've even talked some clients down saying, I don't think that's necessarily what you should be looking at, or you can't
Right.
afford it at this time.
So you're
I
being
feel
real
it's
with
very
them on their finances and
extremely.
what's going on. Yeah, that's good because so many people are just after that commission.
Well, I
Oh,
have to look at
let
myself in
them.
the mirror.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And then they're stuck in a house, and even though
Yeah,
it is their decision to buy a house, it is their decision to
yeah,
move forward with whatever they're doing. If they
of
get
course,
stuck in a
of
house
course.
they don't like, they're still going to blame the real estate agent. So
Absolutely.
yeah,
Even though it's
even
not my
though it was their own
decision, yes,
decision. Mhm. So it's
that is
it's
correct.
nice
Yes.
to hear that you try to stop that before it becomes a problem. So you're truly trying to
Thank
find
you.
something with them.
Thank you.
So
Thank you.
tell us what you did prior to real estate.
So I was living in New Jersey. Actually, let's back up. I've been in telecommunications since probably the 90s. I went through position after position. I eventually moved to New Jersey. I was offered a job to go after the Verizon account out of North Jersey. And so I took on a role that I've had zero experience in. I did not have any connections, nothing. And I'm like, okay, I can take this challenge. So I moved from Dallas to Cherry Hill, New Jersey, and went into telecommunications just as account executive. My responsibility was to land the Verizon account. I did that very successful. I grew myself into various positions. I was promoted throughout the years, and my last position was VP of Sales and Communications, dealing with the Verizon account out of New Jersey as well as Comcast out of Philadelphia. So all the sales and management, I had teams underneath me, R&D managers. So big responsibilities dealing with some of the top, C plus executives in the world.
And sales helped you to do real
Yes,
estate because you're
yes,
communicating with people. I tell people sales is my
absolutely,
background as well, and I tell people sales is nothing more than communication.
absolutely, absolutely. Fully agree.
Yeah. So what do you do in your off time? What are your hobbies?
I don't know what my free time is. I I love being, I guess, outdoors. I was recently just at a retreat in Knoxville, Tennessee this past weekend, and it was really nice being able to hike and be in touch with nature again. I like to do a lot of physical activities. I practice hot yoga, meditation. So I try to find other things where I can just kind of unwind from the daily grind of being in the business world into focusing a little bit on me once in a while,
Mhm.
which people I think forget to smell the roses along the way. Life is too short. So I'm starting to, rediscover that and rediscover myself, which is why I think I'm taking on these other challenges. So I'm at that point where I could do this. I'm ready to be, as you said, the next version of myself.
Yes, I
So
love
I
it.
try to, yeah, yeah,
And we should always be striving to do that because if you've ever reached that best version, then what else is there to do? So you should always try to push through that and on
yeah,
to the next, and not even the next thing, just the next
yeah.
version.
I think
There's so.
I would be bored if I ever had to sit still.
Oh, yeah, me too.
So
Yeah, couldn't do
yeah,
it. So I
yeah.
heard through the grapevine that you are one of Tampa's influencers. What does that feel like?
Oh, that's another. I feel extremely gracious and humbled by that as well. I am very much involved in the community. I support a lot of local charities. As part of my real estate, I do give back to communities with different charities that I focus on for each quarter. So I feel like, me making a difference. I was born and raised in Tampa, so this community means a lot to me. So for me to be able to give back and support local charities, For example, this quarter, I am focused on the spring. During the fall and winter, I'll be focused on Blanket Tampa Bay. I sit on a lot of councils and board members that try to give back into the community as well. So I'm very grateful that I'm in the position where I can do that. So I like to, you got to remember where people have started, and people go through struggles and hard times, and if everyone could just stop and give back just a little bit, it would just be a much better place. So I
It
try to
would
do as
be.
much as I can.
We would be. There wouldn't be as there if everybody could just do their part. There wouldn't be as much hardship.
Yeah, that's
And
correct. Yeah,
and
totally
everybody
agree.
says, "Oh, kids are it's different today than it was when I was growing up." People are still people. We just have different tools at our
Absolutely.
fingertips to
Absolutely.
get the word out there, spread things even further through social media, where we didn't have that when you and I were growing up. It was the telephone or word
Yeah.
of mouth.
And sometimes we wish the telephone was no longer in existence so we could actually,
Yes.
spend more time with the family. Sometimes telecommunications is our own worst enemy as well.
Yeah, that's
But if
true.
we can use communications into a positive and not such a negative, then as you said, we would, we'd all be in a much better place and the world would be a happier place.
Oh man,
So,
we absolutely would. So there's this gala, there's this event coming up in Tampa on November
yes,
12th.
yes,
You're going to
yes.
be there. There's going to be lots of other people from the Tampa
Yep.
area there, lots of other influencers, lots of other
Hmm.
just regular people trying to make a
Yep.
difference in this life. Can you tell us what it felt like when you were picked to be on that cover?
Oh, I was blown away, Brenda. I'm like, me? Really? I like I said, I was humbled and then just grateful for the opportunity to be around such wonderful, strong people and strong women, and not
Yeah.
just women, but just entrepreneurs in general in Tampa. So for them to choose me and to become one of their cover girls, I was like, thank you, because I really appreciate the opportunity, and I'm very grateful and honored to be on the cover to represent such a great magazine, She Exists magazine.
And you're representing it well. So, just everything that you're
Thank you.
doing. Janelle shared a little bit about, the things she's been following you, and I've been following Janelle, and now I've been
Thank
following
you.
you, and I'm seeing
Thank you.
that your actions are matching your story. And
Thank you.
that's huge,
Thank
because
you.
a lot of people it doesn't.
Yeah. Thank you very much, Brenda. I appreciate that.
So if people want to get in touch with you, how can they do that?
So I'm easily accessible via Facebook. I do have my own real estate page, which is carolbettingerrealtor.com. I do have my own Facebook page as far as I work for Lombardo Heights, so Carol Bettinger at Lombardo Heights. And you can find me on LinkedIn profile as well, which is Carol Bettinger. I'm easily accessible. I love to talk with people. I love to mentor people as well. So if people are just, interested in getting into communications or interested in real estate, how I can help them. I'm not looking to necessarily gain a new client, but if I can give advice or help or anything I can do to, make something a little bit easier for someone, if I could even make that small little slight difference, I would love to be able to help that. So
Oh, that's wonderful. So you guys heard it. Just go out to social media, look up her name, Carol Bettinger. I'm sure she's going to be out there, LinkedIn, Facebook.
yeah.
And if you want to be part of becoming the best you, if you would like to tell your story on our show, get in touch with me, Brenda Ringwood, about everywhere, even at gmail.com. And I would love to hear your story. Give us some words of wisdom in parting.
Some words of wisdom: just be persistent, don't give up, be the best person you can be, and you can do that. Everyone has that gift, everyone has that inner beauty. Use it to your best, be the best version of yourself.
Mhm.
And if you believe in yourself, other people will believe in you as well.
That's great advice. So, guys, remember to change your mindset, change your actions, and I
Yeah,
guarantee you that will change your life. Carol, thank you so much for joining us today. Have a blessed day, and go out there and sell some real estate and make changes. Keep continuing doing what you're doing.
thank you, Brenda. Appreciate you having me on your show.
You bet.
Have a great day, everyone.